He was just a boy from Rosario, Argentina, with a love for football that burned brighter than the sun. But there was one problem, a big one. He was small. So small, in fact, that doctors and coaches told him he'd never make it. This is the story of Lionel Messi, the boy who was told he was too small, and how he became the greatest of all time. From the moment he could walk, Leo had a ball at his feet. His two older brothers played, his cousins played, it was in his blood. He joined his first club, Grandoli, at the age of 4, coached by his own father. Even then, playing against kids much bigger than him, his talent was undeniable. He was tiny, but he was a giant on the pitch. His grandmother Celia was his biggest fan, always pushing for him to be put in the game, convinced of his extraordinary gift. Her belief in him was a fire that never went out, even after she passed away when he was just 10. It's why, to this day, he points to the sky after every goal. He's still playing for her. At age 6, he joined the youth team of his beloved Newell's Old Boys. For the next 6 years, he was part of a legendary squad known as the Machine of '87, named for the year they were all born. They were practically unbeatable, and Leo was their star. He could do things with a ball that seemed impossible, weaving through defenders like they weren't even there. The future looked incredibly bright. But then, at age 11, everything changed. Leo wasn't growing like the other kids. After a series of tests, the diagnosis came in a growth hormone deficiency. His body wasn't producing enough of the hormone needed to grow to a normal height. Without treatment, his dream of becoming a professional footballer would be just that, a dream. The treatment was expensive, costing at least $1,000 a month. For a working-class family in Argentina, it was a fortune. His father, Jorge, knocked on every door. Newell's Old Boys initially promised to help but backed out. The famous Argentinian club, River Plate, showed interest in Leo's talent but also balked at the cost of his medical bills. It felt like every door was slamming shut. The family was running out of options and out of money. Despair started to set in. Was this the end of the road for the little genius from Rosario? Was he destined to be just another what-if story? But the Messi family refused to give up. They had one last hope, a long shot across the Atlantic Ocean. Relatives in Catalonia, Spain, had arranged a trial with one of the biggest clubs in the world, FC Barcelona. It was a huge gamble. The family scraped together what they could for a flight to Spain, hoping for a miracle. In September 2000, a 13-year-old Leo Messi, smaller and quieter than all the other prospects, stepped onto the training pitch at La Masia, Barcelona's famed youth academy. The coaches were hesitant. He was exceptionally small, and he was a foreigner. But then, they saw him play. The first team director, Karl Rexek, happened to be watching. He was so stunned by what he saw that he made a decision on the spot. He couldn't let this kid get away. The legend goes that with no official paper on hand, Rexek grabbed the first thing he could find, a napkin. On that flimsy paper napkin, he wrote out Leo's first contract with FC Barcelona, promising to sign him and, crucially, to cover the full cost of his growth hormone treatments. That napkin changed the course of football history. But the challenges were far from over. The treatment itself was an ordeal. Every single night, for years, Leo had to inject hormones into his own legs. One night it was the right leg, the next night the left. He faced this painful routine with a quiet courage that defied his age. Imagine being a young teenager in a new country, away from many of your friends and family, facing this medical challenge every single day. All while trying to prove yourself at the most demanding football academy in the world. The first year was incredibly tough. Bureaucratic issues with his registration meant he could only play in friendly matches, not official league games. He was homesick, introverted, and struggled to integrate with his teammates, who nicknamed him El Mudo, the Mute One. His mother and siblings even returned to Argentina for a time, leaving him in Barcelona with just his father. He was lonely and isolated. Many would have quit. But Leo channeled all his frustration and loneliness onto the football pitch. It was his sanctuary, the one place where he could express himself fully. When he was finally cleared to play, he exploded. He tore through the youth ranks at a dizzying speed, playing for 5 different Barcelona teams in a single season. His chemistry with teammates like Cesc Fabregas and Gerard Piqué became legendary. The quiet boy from Rosario was finally letting his feet do the talking, and they were shouting from the rooftops. By the time he was 16, he was already training with the first team, alongside superstars like Ronaldinho. The Brazilian legend saw something special in the quiet teenager. He took Leo under his wing, becoming a mentor and a friend, telling everyone, "This kid will be better than me." On October 16, 2004, at just 17 years old, Leo Messi made his official debut for the Barcelona first team. The boy who was told he was too small was now sharing a pitch with the giants of the game. The rest, as they say, is history. He went on to shatter every conceivable record, winning dozens of trophies with Barcelona, including for Champions League titles. He won the Ballon d'Or, the award for the best player in the world, a record 8 times. He became Barcelona's and Argentina's all-time leading goal scorer. He did things that no one had ever seen before, scoring goals of breathtaking beauty and impossible skill. He was no longer just a great player, he was a phenomenon. But one dream remained elusive, winning a major trophy with his beloved Argentina. He led his country to final after final, only to suffer heartbreaking defeats. The criticism was immense. Some even questioned his love for his country. But he never gave up. Finally, in 2021, he led Argentina to victory in the Copa America, their first major trophy in 28 years. The emotional release was incredible. And then came the ultimate prize. In 2022, at the age of 35, he captained Argentina in what he said would be his last World Cup. In one of the most dramatic and thrilling finals in history, he led his nation to glory, finally capturing the one trophy that had always escaped him. The little boy from Rosario had conquered the world. Lionel Messi's story is so much more than just a football story. It's a lesson in perseverance, in believing in yourself when no one else does. It is a testament to the power of family and the courage to face down your biggest fears. He was the boy who was told he was too small, too fragile, too quiet. He was the boy who faced a career-ending medical diagnosis. He was the boy who left his home for a foreign land with nothing but a dream. And he proved every single doubter wrong. He didn't just overcome his limitations, he turned them into his greatest strengths. His small stature gave him that low center of gravity, that incredible balance and agility that makes him impossible to tackle. His journey teaches us that it's not about the size of your body, but the size of your dream and the fight in your heart. Thank you so much for watching. If you were inspired by Leo's story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible journeys from the world of sports. Let me know in the comments which athlete's story you want to hear next. See you in the next video.